Hello guys, how's it going? So got a lot to get through in this video. This one's specifically my 2025 Halloween watch list. So I've been through the collection, picking out movies. Most of them are going to be re-watches because around Halloween time, you know, most of October, spooky season, one of the best time for movie watching if you're a Halloween fan, just because of the whole vibe of it and everything and like traditions and whatnot. But yeah, so a lot of them are going to be re-watches, like movies I've seen before. Obviously I'll you know, sneak in like some new watches and spontaneous ones. So like I picked out this kind of like about 30 movies, all on physical media, that I want to actually like rewatch, mainly rewatches. There's a couple of ones I've not seen in there that are in my collection. These are things I want to kind of like I'm curating for my Halloween like watch pile, if you will. I'm sure a lot of you guys do that. Hopefully with this video, you know, you'll get to see a little bit of my kind of like taste in movies, or, you know, it's cool, like, you know, you get to see what I'm going to possibly be watching over the Halloween period. I will do a little bit of a disclaimer. Some films in this watch list I may not end up actually watching, but these are kind of like my curation, so I'm going to pick from these. So there will probably be like 10 or so that out of this pile, or a couple of piles actually, there's that many that I won't actually get around to watching, but there is some of them that I definitely want to get rewatch, and some new ones I want to see. And also there's a lot of big releases coming out in October, like the Nightmare on Elm Street set at the end of October, which I want to go through all in 4K. I doubt I'll actually get all of that completed for Halloween. I will watch some of them over Halloween time. And then of course you got stuff like the Return of the Living Dead 4K. I already have the Scream Factory, but I am planning on watching the new 4K. So a lot of new releases that I'll also be added to this kind of like curation. But these are kind of what I picked out. I've just been through the collection, you know, just looking around. That's the beauty of having a physical collection. You can just go around, look at the covers, you know, really old school style, like back in the days of like video stores when you used to be kind of like hypnotized and enticed by the covers, which could also sway your opinion on whether to sway your decision rather on what to watch or not. So it's like that. I've just been through my collection. It wouldn't be the same if it was all digital. If it was all digital and my kind of Apple library, you know, looking at thumbnails, it just wouldn't be the same. So I've been in my physical media room and I've just looked at the covers, you know, and I thought, yeah, I fancy watching that again, or try that for the first time. And I'm going to show you what I picked out. So like I say, some of them might not get watched. It's just a curation. So I'm going to keep all these together in my room and select from them day by day, or whenever I feel like watching a horror film, you know, in spooky season. So we'll just get started and talk about the films actual selves. So no particular order. It's not ranking or anything. I picked out Lords of Salem, the Rob Zombie movie. It's from about 2013, right? I think this one. I've only seen it a couple of times. I did enjoy it. It's a bit weird. It's got some weird themes in there and stuff, but it's an enjoyable one. And I wanted to kind of put Rob Zombie, because, you know, I'm quite a fan of Rob Zombie movies in total, but I watched in all, but should I say, but I watched his Halloween films over, you know, the previous Halloweens, the last couple of Halloween periods, October. So I thought, let's pick a different one, and I went for Lords of Salem. This will be a first time watch. Blood Moon, going in blind, don't know anything about it. This is a nice Severin release. I'm going to quick fire through this bit, guys, because there is tons to get through, and to be honest with you, I don't want to actually bore you to death, but not that you get bored of me, of course. But Blood Hook, picked this up in the summer from Vinegar Syndrome. Never seen it. It'll be a first time watch. And while I was kind of on the you know, in the Vinegar Syndrome section in my room, I thought, yeah, I'll rewatch Demon Wind. Load of rubbish, really low budget, but it's got that kind of trashy charm that I enjoy. So while it's quite a bad film, I do enjoy it for, you know, exactly what it is. So this is a heavy hitter. Obviously, I've seen it numerous times, and I thought, well, it's Halloween time. This year, unfortunately, I don't fancy watching much of the Halloween franchise. This is because the past sort of 2 to 3 years, I have just absolutely saturated my October with watching Halloween sequels, you know, from the Michael Myers Halloween franchise. So I thought, you know what, I'll watch one this year. I'm going to pick one. I normally do Season of the Witch. I might even have to sneak it in there, but I have watched that for like the previous 3 Halloweens. So I thought I'll give it a rest this year and have that one on next year. Yeah, all being well. So I thought, let's just go straight up for the original, just the John Carpenter's classic, just the stalk and slash aspect, the thrill. It's a horror thriller, really, you know, Michael's very methodical. It's not exactly an in-your-face kind of slasher movie. Very well done. So I thought I'd go for the original Halloween. I also thought I would stick on the original Dawn of the Dead. I have the big box set with the Blu-rays in, but I want to watch the 4K, so I just picked this one out for the video, because I thought we've got to get a Dead film in there. And perfect for Halloween, this one, and I want to rewatch it. It's not the most eventful film, but it's really good in its own way, and it, you know, like, I find it quite, like, unique and cool. And I went for Ghost Watch. I've got this lovely edition from 101 Films, and yeah, I'm going to watch a bit of Michael Parkinson in Ghost Watch. It is a little bit of an uneventful film, and there's not much payoff in it, but it's really suited to the whole kind of, like, you know, October vibe, you know. And a lot of people took this for actually being real when it aired on the BBC in the early 90s. They actually mistaken it for being real. It was kind of that authentic. It's very authentic, just a little bit uneventful, but there's some of them already. Thought I'd get a David Cronenberg film in there, so I went with Shivers. I've only seen it once. I thought I'm going to pick a Cronenberg film, and I thought Shivers kind of, yeah, I want to explore this one again. Yeah, set in an apartment. You've got these kind of like slugs, you know, infecting people and infiltrating their bodies and controlling them via mind control. But yeah, look forward to seeing that one again. I also picked out another Vestron release, and that's The Dentist 1 and 2. I'm going to try and get both of these in. I've only seen them both the once, and I really enjoyed them. Like, really, really fun movies, The Dentist. And this is a great addition from Vestron. So, went for that one. I'm going to rewatch Alone in the Dark. I've only seen it the once. This is a good horror thriller. We've even got Donald Pleasance in there, so there's a plus. Dogs are barking, of course. Woof, woof, woof. Got to do that, haven't they? Only seen this one the once as well, and that's the, they just have to. You know, that's the original Sleepaway Camp.
Devil guy, I don't know, rips your shelves and haunts your hole. He's jacked, he's mean, he's 12 inches tall. Devil guy, idol doll. Glitching eyes and curse command. He melts your discs with one big hand. Collect them all or face the call. The devil guy's coming for the haul. Devil guy, idol doll. Devil guy, idol doll. Devil guy, idol doll.
From the depths of another dimension, he's mean, he's mighty, and he's devilish cool. Introducing Devil Guy Idol, the shape-shifting overlord of chaos and style.
Okay, so sorry about that. So yeah, I'm going to rewatch Sleepaway Camp. Yeah, it's got a really good ending. Most horror fans know about the ending. I'm not going to spoil it, but it is obviously the biggest revelation in the movie. You know, thought I'd go for Madman. It's got autumn vibes, you know, if it being set in a camp. You've got that kind of the wooded area, and, you know, the counsellors telling the kids' stories of the Madman. And yeah, Madman Mars is quite an foreboding slasher villain, and this one's just perfect for October. You know, there's darker nights and just the campfire vibe. Yeah, perfect. Thought I'd go for this one again, Grave Robbers. I remember this one being really good. It's a Mexican horror film. Got the lovely slip on it, Vinegar Syndrome edition. Definitely gonna go through that again. And then Cemetery of Terror, which is the same director, so I'll be going through this one. Predominantly set in a cemetery. You've got these this sort of like resurrected dead killer coming back to life, and I can't wait to revisit it. And it, you know, if it been set in a graveyard, perfect for this, you know, this time of year. As is Hell Night, starring Linda Blair. This is quite a good one. It's an sort of like university students indoctrination like prank gone wrong, and yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. Thought I'd slip a Stephen King in there, so I went with Silver Bullet. Not seen this one for a while. Never picked up the 4K of his yet, but I'm going to go for this one as well. Obviously, with Creepshow 2 being released recently on 4K, I did sit down and watch that. Great 4K, by the way. Thought I'd go for the original Creepshow. You know, again, another classic. Like to get the classics in during Halloween season, as well as new watches and more modern films, but it's good to get the classics in. So George A. Romero and Stephen King's Creepshow's going to be making an appearance. Picked this one up earlier this year. Obviously, I missed out on the big Synapse box, so I got the Synapse kind of slipcover, slimmed down release, and that's Trick or Treat. It's got sort of like metal vibes apparently and stuff, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I've never actually watched it before, and apparently perfect for Halloween, and of course it is, because it's called Trick or Treat. Thought I'd go for a random slasher movie, so I went for Curtains. I'm going to slip this in, give it a rewatch. Seems like the perfect time since I do a lot of rewatching during October, as is the same with Slither. I did really enjoy this when I actually did watch it for the first time, but it's going in the curation for sure. Whether I'll actually get round to all of these, as I said prior, I'm not too sure, but I thought I'd slip in the Neon Maniacs, which is quite fun. It's a rather ridiculous movie with kind of lacking in substance as far as the main narrative and plot is concerned, but definitely a fun one just to throw on for like 90 minutes. It's 91 minutes, but you know what I mean. Thought I'd stick a David Lynch movie in there, and I'm going to have a look at Eraserhead again. You know, it's very visual, very visceral. Yeah, looking forward to it. I only watched it the once. Not one of my favourite David Lynch films, but I do like respect it for the kind of like message and imagery it's portraying and conveying and putting across. Thought I'd go for a slip of Terrified film in there, so I went with Terrified 2. I'll probably watch Terrified 3 again at Christmas time, with it being a Christmas setting. I watched the first one earlier this year, so I'm going to go for Terrified 2. Really good, but very, very long. Thought I'd put another John Carpenter in, so I've decided to rewatch Prince of Darkness. Yeah, from what I can remember, really good. So of course, it's got a brilliant, pulsating John Carpenter score and whatnot. But yeah, looking forward to seeing this one again. Stars Donald Pleasance. Yeah, so that's all the movies basically I put in this curation. There will be more. There will be stuff I actually even subtract from that curation pile or don't get around to watching, or things that I add. I'll be doing spontaneous watches as well as consulting my curation pile. So, being a big fan of the franchise, I'm also going to go through the Paranormal Activity franchise again. I love how this franchise kind of weaves a story the further you go into it. Obviously, the first film is a little bit more linear and appears to be quite ambiguous, you know, if you've not seen any of the other films. But once you go into like the second, and especially when the third film starts unraveling, you do see more to this overall sort of story and family's arc, if you will, and just a great franchise all round. Obviously, there's better films in the franchise than others, but yeah, I'm definitely going to get around to watching the Paranormal Activity franchise. And of course, you got to get some spooky shows in too. So I'm going to just select some random. I've got the complete Tales from the Crypt, and I'm just going to select random episodes to view. You know, just spontaneously when I feel like some casual TV viewing. And same goes for Tales from the Dark Side. This is the DVD set. I'll be picking out you know, enjoyable episodes from this series to watch over Halloween. So lots of stuff, like big pile here. I did blast through that quite quickly. I wanted to kind of get the video nailed and show you guys my curation for Halloween. A lot of rewatches. I'll be doing spontaneous stuff. Obviously, there's new releases coming out. I'll be watching those. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to drop a comment, let me know some of the films in or movies in your Halloween curation. That's all for now, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.